Well, it has to do with bringing lower dimensional energies up to the upper centers. The lower dimensional energies, these are the energies that vibrate more slowly. These are the energies that are more yin. They are more connected to shadow, more connected to darkness. That doesn't mean they're evil, but it means these are the lower parts of you. They're more like the earth. So this sexual power, this Kundalini power, it is stored in the gonads, and it is gathered at the perineum, and it is brought up to the crown through the tailbone. The tailbone acts as a type of straw that can suck that Kundalini power up. The Kundalini doesn't begin with you. It actually begins with the earth, and it rises up and stimulates your body. And then from your own reproductive organs, your personal Kundalini is awakened, and then that travels up the spine. It is like a fire. Kundalini, when it is not activated, is a yin power, like we had said. But when the Kundalini is activated, it's like a fire. So as you bring the Kundalini up towards the crown chakra of the body, that sacred fire will be burning up the blockages and the impurities that are along that route or pathway to the crown. So a Kundalini awakening for some people can create psychosis, because they're burning up all of this karma. And as they're burning up the karma, they're getting very hot. They're getting very emotional. And these blockages that have been flavoring their perception, sometimes for years, are now being destroyed. So the way they perceive reality changes. So usually in a deep Kundalini process, a teacher is needed to help the student smoothly move the energy, because the destruction of the blockages can be so powerful and can really change how a person sees themselves and how a person sees reality. It can be like taking psychedelic mushrooms. It can really change how someone's identity works, how someone's identity interfaces with reality. But the idea is, over time, the Kundalini power is gradually brought higher and higher and higher up the spine until it is brought into the brain. And from here, it energizes the brain. It's wrapped around the brain. It's spiraled into the brain. It's compressed into the brain. And it activates super thinking. It activates your genius. That's how it works. That's what it does. When you bring your orgasm, your Kundalini power into your brain, you will activate your genius. That is how geniuses are literally made, you see. And you never lose your genius. That's why some people are born geniuses. At some point in their journey, they did this practice. Might have been 5,000 years ago. Doesn't matter. It's a permanent activation. So only do it when you're ready, because once you wake up, you cannot go back to sleep. So only do it when you're ready. You won't be able to go back to sleep. No more unconsciousness for you. You lose that luxury. So if you do this, there's responsibility. You must be awake at all times. We're not saying that's something you have to do. We're saying that's what will happen. It is you who must be willing to accept that if you do this. And of course, don't leave the energy in the brain. Circulate it through the body, through the technique known as the microcosmic orbit. If you leave it in the brain, especially if you are a man, it may give you hot-headed symptoms. You may become irrational. You may become hot-headed. You may become short-tempered. Too much fire in the center of fire. So make sure you circulate the energy. Again, work with a teacher. Read some books. Take notes. Don't approach these things trivially, or you will be like Icarus, who lost his wings flying too close to the sun.